Hey, what's going on, everyone? Strider's back with another pre-game stats breakdown. Starting off on the red team, we are going to have Singed, Misfortune, Sona, Lux, and Xin versus the blue team, who has Ezreal, Jarvin, Gragas, Kayle, and Lulu. So at the top lane, we are going to have Singed versus Kayle. Now, this is always a very interesting matchup because Kayle has a lot of kiting potential, but Singed is just really annoying. So, but Singed mains top lane, while Kayle actually mains top lane as well. So no one's going to have a big advantage, really, either way. Singed's been played by this person 33 times with an overall win percentage of 54.5%, while Kayle's been played by this person about 5 times less at 28 with an overall win percentage at 51.29. So I think overall I'm going to have to go with the Singed on this one. Then if we transition into mid lane, we're going to have Lux versus Gragas. Now I think this is a really good matchup for Gragas just because he's able to dodge a lot of those skill shots. So Lux mains caster while Gragas also mains caster. Again, no one's going to have a big advantage. Lux has been played by this person 33 times with an overall win percentage of 51.19%, where Gragas has been played by this person 42 times with an overall win percentage of 51.10%. So again, no one really has a big advantage. Gragas has more games, and I think he kind of counters out Lux a little bit, so I think I'm going to have to go with him. Then if we take a look in the jungle, we're going to have a jungle Xin versus a jungle Jarvin. So Xin mains jungle, and so does Jarvin. Again, no big advantage. Xin has only been played by this person 3 times with an overall win percentage of 63.54%, which is a lot. That's a really good win percentage. Jarvin, on the other hand, has been played by this person 23 times with an overall win percentage of 51.51%. So I think I'm definitely going to have to go with the Xin on this one, even though he has a little bit less experience with Xin. He does play jungle main, so he's probably familiar with what he needs to do and what he needs to get done. And then if we take a look at the bottom lane, we're going to have support Sona versus support Lulu. So Sona mains support while Lulu also mains support. Again, no big advantage, but Sona's only been played by this person 24 times with an overall win percentage of 54.52. Lulu's been played by this person 79 times, which is a lot, with an overall win percentage of 49.5, which is not that great. So I think the better support will definitely be Sona. But if we take a look at the AD carries, last but not least, of course, we're going to have Misfortune versus Ezreal. Misfortune mains AD carry, while Ezreal also does. Again, no big advantage. So both these teams have like perfect mains for every position that they play. So Misfortune has been played by this person 31 times, with an overall win percentage of 61.29, which is quite a bit. Ezreal has been played by this person 137 times, which is a ton of games, with the overall win percentage of 59.28%. So I think I'm going to have to actually side with Ezreal on this one, just because he can get away from the bullet time really easily and actually catch up to Misfortune to stop her strut. But overall, if you add up the wins and losses for both team, you'll see that the red team has an overall combined 54.53% win ratio, to where the blue team has a 51.85% win ratio, and pretty close to the same amount of games played. So I think I'm actually going to side with the red team on this one. Let's go ahead and get in the game and see what happens. Hey, what's going on, everyone? Strider's back with another slice of ELO Heaven, and we have a fantastic lineup for everybody today. But it seems like the more famous individuals may very well be on the blue team, which could be extremely dangerous for the red team. But you never know. I mean, the red team, they're checking out their jungle. They're throwing in blind light bindings into those bushes, really expecting some advances and some invades from the blue team. But the blue team doesn't really have that much of a good invade comp. They don't have any stuns, except for the pop-up from Jarvin, but he needs 2 spells to do that. I guess, better safe than sorry is always a really good stance to have on everything, but I don't know if that was really necessary. I think if anything, the red team could have invaded pretty decently. They do have a nice little double up. They could have had a fling, a light binding, and then a pop-up from Xin. I think they would have had a phenomenal level 1 invade. But better safe than sorry, of course. So let's see if we can get everybody straightened out here. Kayle going up top against the Singed. We've seen a lot of Singed lately, especially in the most recent IEM that kind of came out, or the most recent IEM that was around. it was very interesting to see that many Singed, although granted, majority of them were from Korea, because Shy is a very, very well-known. I don't know, everybody on CJ Emphasis seemed to be really, really good on Singed, everyone in the top lanes anyway. Ooh, nice little creep block coming out, not doing too well, but wow, this Lux is doing great at farming while harassing at the same time, not using that much mana, but getting out those original auto attacks. And there was a ping on the blue team here in the jungle, kind of marking where Xinjiao was, which is interesting because they have no wards there. They have a ward here, but I shouldn't be able to do too much. We could see a nice little bit of a pop-up, but nothing is going to happen. Singed can fling him directly back into the tower, and so they may wait for a nice little pushback. They will get a pop-up from Jarvin if Singed doesn't flash out of it, but they will definitely wait for these creeps to be pushed back. Singed will have a difficult time farming at the tower. He's definitely not the best champion at it, and he's recalling for some reason. Interesting. Alright, so not too much going down, but ooh, Xinjiao is getting pinged out. Yeah, and again, he got pinged out just a little bit before he was in tower range, so I don't know if that guy may be streaming and they just see him on stream. What's going on? But wow, Singed gets totally thrown into the fight. First blood goes on to Kayle, and the pop-up now going to Xinjiao. Is Xinjiao going to be able to get out of there? Yes, he will. Doesn't quite pick up a kill like he wanted to, but oh my gosh, Sona is super close. One more auto attack, but didn't quite land it. Oh man, that was so super close. But now MF, she's going really fast herself. She's going to be able to take a lot of damage, but the barrier from Ezreal keeps him alive just barely, and that is a great pickup for the blue team on bottom lane. So much action going on in this fight already. Close to 3 kills, but only hit 2, so blue team just barely missed out on one of those. But we could have a huge engage coming down here. Lux is just gonna flashes out of that just barely, but it does force the flash, and that is exactly what is needed in this bottom lane, because once Gragas hits level 6, it's going to be really dangerous for that Lux. But Xinjiao's coming in from the side. He still does have red buff on this. Could be really bad. Gragas throws out a barrel instead of dashing over, but oh my gosh. Nice pop-up directly onto the Jarvin. Perfectly timed. And wow, that is going to be a nice light binding for the coverage. He's able to walk out of there without any problems. Ezreal still has a little bit to go. He got really low. He's just going to be able to lifesteal off his normal lifestealiness. So far, Kayle is wrecking the Singed in CS. Already up by 10, but then again, look at Lux. Lux is up by almost 20 now. Up by about 15. And geez, Ezreal's up by 10, so almost everything kind of evens out. The blue team is definitely doing a great job with getting, of course, the kills really help. Xinjiao still hasn't recalled, finally starting to recall. I was getting a little worried because if he got caught out of position by anything, he was in a really, really bad spot, a really bad life total. So as long as he can prevent any form of real hardcore engagement, ooh, we may have some action going down on bottom, but it looks like it's just the typical harass that we see at the bottom lanes. Typical, but never boring. Well, okay, maybe sometimes it's boring, but either way, you never know when something's going to happen. We do have quite a bit of power on both ends of this team. Jarvin trying to come around from the back. I just don't think that's going to be very effective at all. Singed almost went for a fling in there, but Kayle's going to be able to speed herself up to get away really easily. Blue team's pinging for Dragon. Gragas is up here in this tri-bush. If they push all the way back, oh, this could be bad. That is going to be a nice barrel coming out. Going to throw him right into the pop-up. Great kill onto the Sona, and that is going to be a nice little double kill. Not for one person, but just for the blue team in general. And now they may be going for the Dragon. Exactly what they wanted to do, but I don't know if they're going to be able to pull it off in time. Lux, in the meantime, is just going to push middle as hard as possible. If she can take down the tower, it's not going to happen, but if she could, that would be awesome. Gragas is going to go straight back up to mid in order to help protect. And bam, blue team gets Dragon 4-0 with the Dragon. That is a lot of gold advantage. Already up by about 3k at 7 minutes. Definitely not looking good for the red team. And again, the blue team is pinging off the Xin. Every time, it's always the Xin saying, hey, he's over here. And now, well, the blue team's pinging here. Maybe they're just really good guessers. You never know, but it did seem a tad bit odd. I don't know exactly who's pinging, so I can't say anything for sure. And I don't know who follow me on Twitter is. Maybe it may be someone famous that's just streaming on a Smurf, but I think pretty much everybody at this level could be at the challenger level, or really close to it. At least Diamond. Of course, we always got to hang out with the Diamond Leagues. Bam. Ow. Lulu's doing quite a bit of damage to the Sona, which is very surprising, because, I mean, Sona is pretty squishy herself, but usually Lulu doesn't really deal that much damage, especially with only a level 2 Glitter Lance and 0 AP. It just seems that Sona may be a little bit squishier than normal. She has 51 magic resist, so it's not like it's crazy out of control, but just not quite there. Singed already doing his little Singe thing. Pharma behind the tower being an extreme nuisance to everybody on the blue team. But right now, it's just going to annoy the crap out. She's doing as much damage as she can, but she just really doesn't do anything to that Singed yet. Singed, yes, he has gone for the rush tier of the goddess. And the great thing about that, as most people don't know, the way they recently changed, well, maybe not recently anymore, but I don't know, it's probably about 5-6 months ago, but they changed tier of the goddess to where every time you toggle on and off the poison, it actually clicks as a tier, or as a proc for the tier. So you can click it, and then click it again, and then click it, so every 3 seconds you can toggle it on, toggle it off, toggle it on, toggle it off. And it doesn't use that much mana at all, so he's one of the best champions at farming up that tier, and there's no cooldown on it, so you can just turn on, off, on, off, on, off, on, off. So it's a phenomenal way to charge up that tier. Anybody who does play Singe should definitely know that. Hopefully everybody knows by now. If you did not, same also works with Anivia's channel and her ultimate. And who else has an ult like that, or any ability like that? Can't think of any off the top of my head, but yes, it does work on a couple champions. And wow, this Nugget, a huge dive. Jarvin with the Cataclysm coming in, but Singe teleports him from the back, and Xin is going to knock everybody out of the way right into Misfortune's bullet time, and that is going to be way too much damage for them to really do anything with. Xin is going to come back in. Oh, it's going to go right on, flash onto the Lulu. She tries to get away, not going to happen. Light Binding doesn't quite go down, but this is a really bad situation. And there's a lot of knock-around abilities coming out. Singe doing a lot of damage to Ezreal. Ezreal is able to get out, but oh my gosh, Gragas is doing so much damage himself. That is going to be a nice pickup for Peril on the Ezreal. Oh my gosh, such a good game already. 7-2. Red team starting to try to make a stand. They're not quite there yet. They're still down by about 3,000 gold. Haven't gone down much in the past 3 or 4 minutes. So that's always, wow, that was actually a nice little move. So the headbutt does go a little bit faster than the actual barrel roll. So you can barrel roll and headbutt. I don't even know. Body slam, not headbutt. Sorry, you can body slam and throw your barrel at the same exact time, and it's really, really awesome because you can slow them when you hit the body slam before they can get away from the barrel roll, and then you can explode the barrel roll. It just kind of ensures that you hit your barrel roll a little bit more effectively because it is relatively telegraphic, and the AoE that it hits and does damage to is not all that much. It's a relatively small area, so you really do have to watch out for that. But I still think Gragas is a pretty, wow, a nice pop-up right in the middle of his body slam, trying to get away. Yeah, wow, Gragas is just rushing Athene's Holy Grail, no boots, nothing, just straight up Athene's. He is very mana intensive, so it does make sense. He has that spammable body slam, which really, really helps. And once again, the blue team is pinging out the Xin. They know exactly where he is. But are they going to be able to follow him? A nice ward placement here from Xin. That is going to kind of telegraph any real movement from either Jarvin or Gragas, but they're going directly onto this Singe. This could be really bad news. Right now, Kayle is just kind of coming from the back. Nice Cataclysm coming out, but Kayle is going to ult herself to stay alive. That is going to be an easy pickup for them, and Gragas did not get a chance to get an assist. Very unfortunate, but now he's starting to lose this mid lane tower once again. Very scary, very, very scary. And blue team pinging out the ward and the tri-brush, the bottom tri-brush, making sure that nothing else happens. And oh, Gragas does have his ultimate explosive cask, but Sinchao is, oh, this is a really bad situation for him. Nice, gets the explosive cask and is able to get out. Oh, just barely missing that life bending. It was perfectly timed, perfectly placed, but he decided to stop to drink a little beer because, you know, alcoholics are very unpredictable, and that's why nobody likes a drunk guy. Because they're so unpredictable. Drunk boyfriends are the worst. You never know what's gonna happen, right? Anyway, back on subject. Sinjao taking the blue buff once again, and that is going to be the second tower in favor of the blue team. Not looking so good for the red team right now. They're down by about 6,000 gold at 3. We have about 13 minutes. Quite a big gold lead, and now they're directly onto the dragon, which could be extremely bad. They have hardcore dragon control, putting down the pink wards, and while Lux is going super low, almost goes down, but Sinchao is getting pinged out, and I really want to say that he's streaming and getting ghosted, because it's quite apparent at this point. Nice barrier, but it's not going to go down. Kayle ends up flashing for the kill. Nice righteous fury with that Reckoning, just able to clean it up pretty easily, and that is going to be the third tower of the game. Ooh, Singe finally takes down the tower that he needs. An explosive cast going directly onto Sona, and she gets blown up instantly. There was absolutely nothing she could do about that except not travel in that general direction. Gragas is, I mean, he may be fat, but that's just to deceive you. He's still extremely mobile, very fast, very low cooldowns. Especially with Athene's Holy Grail being rushed, 20% cooldown on that body slam, being on a 5.3 second cooldown. He can go through walls with that. He's a very excellent champion, just with that insane mobility. Yes, he has quite a bit of skill shots. He has a little bit of displacement, which helps. He has a slow, although he has to kind of get in your face for that. He's just really good for early game pressure and lane gaming. And oh, this is not going to be good. Singe taking quite a bit of damage. Ezreal trying to avoid all parts of the poison. Doesn't want to be involved with that, but basically just forces Singe to pop his ultimate and is like, I'm good. I don't really want to follow you. Great job by Ezreal being able to just force out everything he can from the Singe. Ezreal currently 4-0-2 with 134 CS, about 30 ahead of Misfortune, who's 0-2-2. Not looking so good. Yeah, Blade of the Ruined King pretty much being rushed out by Ezreal. Already has that pickaxe and not going to go for anything else quite yet. And the Locket of the Iron Solari going out. Ooh, this could be a nice little wave clear. Just a little bit, but I'm pretty sure the tower's still going to go down. Yeah, well. Ezreal did what he could. It's still in a relatively low cooldown, his ultimate. So, True Shot Barrage. Also not the biggest damaging component of Ezreal at all. Pretty much primarily used to assist in farming and trying to steal away a dragon or a baron, or just getting vision on that buff or map objective, that type of thing. Stopping recalls. Yeah. Besides that, I don't know. I mean, you can use it every once in a while. It's just not the greatest. Wow, this is a lot of damage going down on Singe. It's pressured very hardcore. Ooh, nice. Lulu actually going for the bait. Gragas was right behind that wall. He could have body slammed to slow him down if anybody was following Lulu, which would have been a really awesome play. Unfortunately, it did not happen. But, oh, explosive pass going directly onto Sona. Gets the crescendo, doing a lot of damage. And bullet time with the conjunction of the ultimate from Sinchao is not very good as far as timing goes. But, oh my gosh. Yes, the auto attacks from Ezreal is going to finish it up. The Lux from... Oh, the Lux laser is going to pick up a couple kills. Singed ends up taking it down, and in the meantime, wow, that was a lot of kills. Great job by the red team. 3-for-1 exchange in favor of the red team, but unfortunately, they do lose a tower from it, and Misfortune is going super low. What happened? I don't exactly know what happened there, but Kayle, there was no way she was really going to get there in time. She wasn't able to stop the teleport from Singe, so Singe just kind of got there and didn't have to worry about anything. So Kayle was like, you know what, I really just need to do as much as I can, and was able to take a tower for it. Yeah, they lost the team fight 3-1, but the tower is still very, very useful. It's going to apply a little bit more pressure on the top lane, but then again, Singed can push so far up that they won't have to worry they won't have to worry about it for like at all, like not a long time. Wow, this could be really bad. Nice, just little runaway ignite, and oh, Gragas is in a bad position. Laser finishing it up. Ignite not killing. That is very disappointing. MF using the lifesteal, but oh my gosh, the blue team is going directly onto the Baron now. Very dangerous. There are 4 members of the red team at the bottom of the lane, and oh, Singe is the only one up top. He's doing what he can. He's gonna poison, just do whatever it is that he can. Try to smite it out. He doesn't have smite, trying to fling out the smite, and poison not able to really do anything with that. Almost gets a kill. Jarvin almost died from that, but they were able to survive, and that's all that really matters. And the heal from Kayle is gonna help a little bit. Nothing significant, but it does still help. I like that one. That recall is pretty sweet. I think it's weird that it takes her 8 seconds to fly, like straight up. Like the most she can fly is this. That's as high as she goes, unless she charges up for 8 seconds and goes, or for like 12 episodes, I guess. Busting a Goku Spirit Bomb in order to fly straight up. Ooh, Ezreal going deep, hard in the paint, gets completely blown up. Tries to flash back over the wall, but flashes that away, and then runs right back into bullet time. Not a good decision on Ezreal's part, being by yourself when you have Baron. I mean, granted, it's better than being by yourself, I guess, without it, but it's just a bad situation to be in altogether. You need to push as a team, because that just makes it so much easier for you guys to take towers. So I think Ezreal just got a little bit overconfident in his ability to instantly blow somebody up. Wasn't able to do it, but now, oh my god, that is dirty, dirty, dirty. Gets the Infinity Edge with the extra critical strike damage and the Blade of the Ruined King, so once he activates it, it's going to be absolutely ridiculous. And wow, Gragas doing as much damage as he can while Lux doesn't have the shield on, and that's a beautiful cast. Cataclysm getting 2 members of the red team in, and they're just going to keep following up on it. Kayle picks up a kill onto the Singe, and now are they going to be able to follow up? Oh no, not quite. Misses the pop-up. Kayle gets a double kill, and that is going to be a nice pickup for Jarvin. And now Kayle, is she going to go directly? No, she will not. That's an easy tower pickup. Gets shielded just so she doesn't take extra tower damage. And the blue team is pretty much at full HP. Gragas still has 30 seconds until his ultimate. He needs to just kind of hang out for a second. But the Drunken Rage is going to increase his attack damage, so he's going to bash those towers even harder. Wow. They're able to take those out so very fast. Now the blue team's up by 12,000 gold. Huge, huge creep away from the blue team. Is Lux going to throw out the laser to clear that out? Not exactly sure what she plans on doing. She does have it. No, she's just going to throw out as much harass as possible. Misses the light binding. That's not going to be good. Explosive cast knocking away a couple people. The fling now going on to Kayle. Kayle's going to throw out her ultimate just to stay alive. I don't think she would have had much of an issue. Crescendo being used and not being able to initiate on that. That's really bad for the red team. They do not have very many ultimates left that are very impactful. Bullet time is also down. So is Crescendo, the laser, Xin Zhao's ultimate, and Singe. So they don't have any ultimates, but Cataclysm is still available. So is Lulu's Giant Growth. And, oh, that's really not good. Lux can almost easily pick up a kill, but the heals coming out from Kayle are getting significantly more dangerous. Kayle actually is a Blade of the Ruined King herself, which is kind of surprising. But with the Nashor's Tooth, that is also pretty standard pickup, but everything else... Surrecting's great. Oh, sniper! Picking it up, and now here is the time for victory, but that's not going to happen. Singe tries to follow him down, not going to happen. Too much kiting potential on the blue team, and they don't really have any stuns. They just have a lot of slows, a lot of mobility. They can just jump over walls. Glitter Lance and the Polymorph is really good against Singe, so is the Giant Growth. Lulu is just extremely good against Singed overall. Gragas, in the meantime, pushing bottom really hard. Red team is just going to face tank this tower. Pretty easy to take it out. Not going to take that much damage, and even then, it's the support. So, not really going to matter much. She'll be able to heal up pretty easily. Great job by the red team, though. They're able to bring it back. They're only down by 10k gold now instead of 12. And that is a very significant amount, because once somebody's been down by 10k at that 20-minute mark, I've never seen anybody come back. So, I mean, they were down by 12 at the 20-minute mark, and now they're back down to 10. If they can keep doing what they're doing, I mean, the blue team doesn't have Baron anymore. So, they were able to hold off a Baron push. Yeah, they did lose an inhibitor, but Singed is so good at defending. I mean, outside in the mid lane. If the blue team does not want to actually push with the super minions, then Singe is going to easily be able to farm and keep that kind of push back. So the dragon once again instantly going down for the blue team. They have no problems with neutral monster buffs or objectives in general. Ooh, that is not going to be good. Blue buff is going to be taken pretty easily. That's not the problem, but they're all spotted out by the red team. Red team has a ward there, and they know exactly what's going on, so they're making their shift over to this bottom tower, but Gragas is still pushing top. Singe is definitely going to have to go in there and try to do something, but it's not going to be enough. Gragas is not going to be able to stop that at all. They can just kind of battle it out right there. Ooh. Bullet time with the Lux Laser coming out. That is a lot of damage, but now, oh my gosh, Sona's in a really bad position. She could go down, yes! Just barely goes down. Looks like it was the Leandri's Torment that picked it up. And the tower goes down at the top lane. The inhibitor tower going down to the bottom lane. This is not a good situation for the red team. They are going down like flies. Sona's crescendo not being there is a real big hindrance. Bullet time didn't really hit much. This is a bad situation. This is the definition of a bad situation. 3 inhibitors about to go down. Yeah, this is going to be the 3rd inhibitor down.
Inhibitor has been destroyed.
At 25 minutes, that is a really rough start. And now they're finally getting into late game a little bit earlier than the red team definitely wanted to. Red team is now down by 14,000 gold. Gragas, is he trying to instantly blow somebody up? Yes, it looks like they will, and bam! You know she did. Gragas isn't messing around, but man, he's so mobile, he's so fat. He has basically a 40% cooldown reduction, I believe. Yes, he has that 40% because he has the blue buff as well. That is going to help a lot, and oh my gosh, that was a really nice try, but the flank coming down, and this is a really just going to be able to pick it up. Oh, the ultimate is going to freaking save him. Can you believe it? Beautiful coordination on a solo queue team. That was just ridiculous. Ezreal picks up the kill onto the Singed, and this is, again, the 3rd inhibitor going down. That is most likely going to be GG. Yep, that is surrender. Oh, that was awesome. Beautiful play. And that's what you have to realize. Like, Gragas, there's no reason for him to still be there after he picked up that kill on Sona. There was no reason for him to be there. He should have just backed out and been like, haha, that was awesome, or that was fun, whatever. But he decided to keep going in and basically bait himself. And a lot of people would kind of rage over that. They'd say, what are you doing? You're so stupid. And they would just let him die. But the reason the blue team did so well is because, like, hey, Gragas is basically baiting for us, so let's go there. And they were able to save him. They forced the red team to use so many ultimates trying to kill him, and then they didn't kill him, and then they had no ultimates for when the entire rest of the blue team was there. And it was still 4 versus 4 at that time because Sona was still dead. So it was a beautiful, beautiful play in the end. Congratulations to the blue team, GG to the red team. Again, if you guys like the videos, make sure to hit that like button, hit that subscribe button. It really does help out the channel. And if you have any requests for players or champions you want to see, make sure to send me a comment or a private message. I read them all. I reply to pretty much everything. I really appreciate you guys. So, yeah, let me know if you guys see anything, and I will see you tomorrow. Peace.